Sarah Palin made her debut last night on Fox News. We now have a new title. It's the role of pundit. Take a look at a little bit of what she had to say.
It's not about me personally, who I am from up there.
Yeah, but they're going after you personally.
They don't like the message. They don't like the common sense conservative solutions that I think I represent and I articulate as I explain what I believe are some solutions to the great challenges facing America.
True.
They don't like to hear it.
They don't like to hear it, but we like to hear her, don't we?
If you turn off the sound, it looks like an infomercial for the Bump It.
I'm not familiar with that one.
Me neither. What is the Bump It? It makes your hair go up in the back.
Okay. Interesting. Anna Marie Cox joining us from Air America. Thanks for being here. Let's start with Sarah Palin. It was kind of a combative interview, pushing back at some of the things that have been out there, particularly in the latest book. Another swing at Steve Schmidt. She seems to just enjoy the combat.
I don't know if it's enjoy the combat or she's just so immature and like undisciplined that she can't not have a fight with somebody. It's like Mean Girls, right? Someone says something nasty about her, she has to snap back. I look forward to this little back and forth between Sarah and Steve Schmidt to be over. I think that I made an argument recently that she is now, I think we can all agree, she is not going to be a national candidate for office. This is like sort of the final thing that she can do to make that.
This is a real tea leaf to you. I mean, yeah. you really think this indication of taking this gig means
she's done. I mean,
why do you think that?
I think that she's going to have actually, in a way, more influence, less accountability, and more money. And I think she realizes that.
Kind of enjoys those things.
Yeah, it's funny. I actually thought she was doing the right thing when she was refusing to engage with this information from the new book. I thought it was the most responsible thing she's done since she started flossing. But now that she's like swung back, I have to recalculate about what I think she's trying to do here. And I do think there's a real danger for her and for Fox, in a way, because she is undisciplined and she just says crazy stuff.
Well, it only took 3 or 4 days, and then she was out there
okay.
Once again. I want to ask you about health care. Signals out of particularly the House of Representatives that there's still a lot of work to be done. Charlie Rangel was quoted in a few places talking about a lot of work that still has to be done with House members. We've got the unions out there. We assume this all comes together, and this has kind of gone under the radar screen for a while, but there's still going to have to be some tough choices.
Tough choices that we won't see how they're made. I do think you're right. I think the unions are going to get a win out of this. I think that there's no other way that's going to happen. Yeah. I think that's too bad. But the unions have had not very many wins.
Not a complete win.
So,
I mean, not a complete win. There
right.
still will be some form
There'll
of
be some form of Cadillac tax, but I think they're going to get some kind of exemption out of it.
Something that explains why they're reversing themselves.
And it explains like how many times Andy Stern visited the White House.
Which we saw on those visitor logs.
I do think they're going to get something out of it. And what we get, I don't know. I mean, I don't know if anyone's going to be happy with it, though. Anyone.
I want to turn your attention to Massachusetts.
Right.
There is this closer than expected Senate race that's happening there. Clearly, both sides acknowledge it's closer than they anticipated, though I have yet to find a Republican or a Democrat who actually thinks Scott Brown will be the next senator, but it's a week away yet, and a lot can happen in a week in a final week of a campaign. So what is your take on what's happening up there?
Well, the people that I talked to think that maybe he peaked too soon, that Rasmussen poll that really scared everyone happened too early, and that now there's a lot of energy on the Democratic side. It's true that they're spending more money and putting more people in this race than they thought they would have to, but they are doing that. There's lots of ads going up. There's lots of money being spent. There's lots of volunteers coming in, and they have a boogeyman now. They were worried that they wouldn't have energy for the Democratic base to get riled up about this because it was such a slam dunk. Him coming so close, that Rasmussen poll, people are worried. They're volunteering for giving money.
Very briefly, Anna, do you believe in moral victories or close seconds meaning anything?
No. I do believe in moral victories, but only my own.
Only your own, yeah. Political parties can't have them. I don't know. I think already you've got the storyline is sort of set. I mean, we're talking about we've known it for a long time, but Democrats have to be scared, even in Massachusetts.
Yeah.
But there would be, if Brown pulls it out, there's a new storyline next Tuesday night, and that is the death of health care. And Obama is a failed first-year president. So that would be a much
Why even have the election? We flip a coin. We have the storylines.
We'll still have the show, though, if that's okay. Anna Marie Cox from Air America, thanks for being here.
Thank you very much. Please click us on again tomorrow's edition of Top Line.
And it's twitter.com/thenote. We are not in favor of canceling elections under any circumstance. Those are our favorite days. We love those days. Real voters.
And